What's up, guys? I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, so I'm gonna try to make this really quick so you guys can get to your pre-bowl. But I didn't want to leave y'all without this to prepare for the week, and I apologize for being late. If you follow Erica Williams, I was on the live and I was trying to just get. I thought it would end, but she's still talking, so I still didn't want to keep you guys waiting. So we're gonna get through this earnings week. We got quite a few plays to look at, and then I got a sweet treat bonus to add for you all. So let's get with it. Let me know where you're checking in from, city and state. If any of these tickers are on your radar, let me know. And we'll go over it. If there's anything that I don't have on my radar that you want to cover, drop it below. But to start it off, I appreciate everybody being here. Hope y'all are having a good weekend. Also, drop who you think is going to win. I don't think I know. I think the Seahawks play New England or somebody. I'm just here for probably the commercials and halftime show. I really probably not going to watch the game. I'll be doing something else. I'll be working on content and studying. So we're going to get into it. I just noticed Goodyear was on here, but I was going to start with Open Door. And so we'll get it rolling. Big ones. We got Coca-Cola, CVS, Coinbase, Moderna. So there's some heavy hitters on this week. Not as robust as the last ones, but still very pertinent information. And again, if you are enjoying these earnings each week as we go through them, let me know. Tell somebody, like it, share it. Let me know that you're enjoying this. K Watch, thank you for checking in from Dallas. So let me know in the comments if me doing this is good, or if you don't like it and you don't care to see it, or you won't trade earnest. I won't do them anymore. I mean, I want to keep providing value to you guys. And if you don't care about them, I won't do them. But let's get with it. Let's go to Open Door. Open. So Open Door, we might not touch this. This is at $4. It has the volume and things, but whew, let's look at this train real quick, and I'll get over to the live train. I just wanted to show y'all a different source to come and look at your train. We're just looking at Yahoo Finance, but I may have to go back to my broker again. Okay, I like open because these contracts are affordable. These are super affordable, right at the money. Let's take a look at the chart and see if we got to play, because these are affordable. Everybody could probably tap in to what open is doing, and they're going to report after the close. A couple of things I might start trying to do is bring these at Friday evening. That way, or maybe Thursday evening. That way you can prepare for the upcoming week, and get into some plays to kind of swing for the ones that are going to report Monday. But open is well under support. I'm looking at very much so. This is on a weekly, but this is very much so bearish sentiment. Yeah, this got another leg down if they don't find support right here. The call side look good, but this chart is nasty. This is some nasty work. The last earnings they failed. Major ones were beating, but this one looks down. But the overall market was down last week. But this being down and maybe not quite recovering might be bullish if we get over 5. We go under 450. We're going to look at puts. So let me go back to the cleaner picture. I thought Yahoo would be better, but I still like looking at the contracts in Webull. So let's take it. Let's look at that chain again. If you do the weekly contracts, just know that IV can be a strong, uh, strong to pull down when it comes to the theta. But these are not just that bad. These are really not bad. You could probably hedge this and take a 4.5, put in a $5 call. I'm leaning toward more bearish, but these are very affordable contracts to see how this thing is going to play out. But it's well below support, and that's going to struggle. Raymond, thank you for being here. Brandon, thank you so much. Pascal, appreciate you. Columbus, holding TJX until, let's take a look at that. Pascal, let me remember, currently up 43. Good job. I'm going to definitely take a look at TJ Maxx. But I'm going over open, and I understand that most of you guys that are new to trading may not understand what these companies do and who they are. So let me give you a little tidbit. Instead of going to Google and trying to figure out what these companies do, come over to Yahoo Finance. Again, this is free. I'm not even signed in, and I'm definitely not going to upgrade to premium. You can get all of this research for free. So come to their their profile. If you don't know what open does, boom, they're going to give you the synopsis, let you know the CEO and what they do. So just come down to the description. And this is why I like them. Everybody are talking about the stock market crash or investment interest rates are low. So let's see if people are buying. So Open Door operates a digital platform for residential real estate transactions in the US, buying, selling homes. So this is why this is important to me. You can see that they're down. What are they doing wrong? I definitely want to take a look at why they're performing, how they're performing. So this is your little, if you want to get a little paragraph about what these companies do and you're not quite sure about the ones that I'm going over, take a look into Yahoo Finance. I won't go over the rest of them with what they do because I've already picked them out. So that's going to be your due diligence there. So again, anytime I tell you to do your due diligence or do your own research, I'm not just going to send you out into the wild. I am going to show you the source that you need to go and take a look at. So next one is Goodyear tires. We're always looking for sustainability. What in Goodyear seems to be one of them. I feel like every time I buy tires, they go up. If it's not, $5 or $10, they still kind of shoot up in cost. So let's just take a look at Goodyear. I haven't traded them, but I'm just interested to see how they are doing. So we get Goodyear. And I am up on a weekly. We could look at it on a daily, but I will drop down. We could see Goodyear. It looks like that V recovery looks good. So if I was interested in trading this, we'd probably be looking at some 10.50 or $11 calls up to this retest of maybe 12. Very tight range. If we come down on a daily just slightly, we can see it filled a gap that it had. And looks good. It's over the gap. That's good. Good and strong. So now we want to take a look at that chain. I'm showing you guys the weekly, but again, IV crush can happen during the week of earnings, so you can always go out to the following week. And right as I click on this, I don't even have a choice. Goodyear only trades on the monthly contract. So we got monthly out to March and April. So I don't even have a choice to trade a weekly. It has to be the monthly. Like I said, this looks bullish at 11. And I didn't want to have to rewatch my video, so I was forgetting the strikes that I gave. So let me get to writing these down. We got open. Y'all drop these in the chat. Open, we were looking at 4.5 puts, $5 calls for the weekly. For Goodyear, which is GT, I'm looking at 11 calls. And these are $35. What do we stand to gain? We got a $38 delta, $2 theta, very low. So I would definitely be okay with 40 to about 60% return on that one. So I like Goodyear. Looks pretty good. Chaz, you should look at DG. Okay, so I got a couple of ones that we need to take a look at. We got TJX, we got DG. Y'all keep dropping them. Toledo. Thank you so much, Miss Phoenix. I love Miss Phoenix. She is a wonderful person who supports me. I didn't know I didn't change this for you guys. Let me make sure y'all gotta let me know when my picture's up there and I'm not in the screen. I want you guys to be able to see your earning streams, be helping me out a lot for the upcoming week. Thank you so much. We got Walmart. Ross, you're in that consumer sentiment era. I'm very big on Walmart now. I've been big on Walmart. If you've been watching the old videos, I was like, once we hit that 100, it's off. They've been holding up that $100 area. Oh, Pascal, ready. We got Ross, KO. I guess y'all don't care about the Super Bowl because y'all throwing these tickers. So we're gonna definitely get into it. And what else did we say? We got Dollar General. Okay, I got everybody. So let me stay on pace. We're gonna get through the earnings week and then we'll look at those tickers. So Upwork, I believe, um, was the spaces for people to rent to work. So they might be down. So let's take a look at Upwork. They weren't on my radar at first, but since I see it, I think I might be bearish on them. So let's take a look. It's easy for companies to fail. It's harder for them to shoot up. They have some support at 16, bouncing back up to 18. So I would stay within maybe a buck as far as ATR. Why isn't it showing? Oh, I cut it off. Where's my stuff at? Hold on, guys. Let me refresh. It's not showing me my indicators. They know I want to give y'all the sauce, so it wants to kind of play games right now. Because the last couple of weeks we haven't had any problems. I know I got a couple of windows open, but TradingView hasn't been this wonky in quite some time. There we go. I blame TradingView. I'm not going to blame my computer this time. I'm going to blame TradingView. It's them, not us. It could also be my internet, but let's get back to it. Okay. Now give me my ATR. There we go. So a dollar. Like I said, only a buck. We'd be looking at Upwork for 19 or 19.20 or down to like 18. So let's check it on the chain. Upwork. Same thing. They only have monthlies. Not a lot of people out here. mm, They don't even have the 19. They only had a 20. So paper trade on Upwork would be a 20 call. If you hedge it and got the 19, there's more people on the 1750 put. So this is more of a hedge. I don't really see again, I said I was bearish on them. So 17 put for the monthly 220. Just because I feel like most companies are having people go back into the workforce. Most people who are working or creating digital spaces are creating that space inside of their home and their community and not really having to go outsource a place to find that sense of peace and work. And there's so many free avenues out here. Upwork might be dying out. So a little bit more bearish on Upwork, even though the chart um looks a little bit bullish. The Super Bowl doesn't start for another 2 hours. I know, but I know people are trying to pregame. People might be still doing cooking. They may want to watch some of the, celebrate with people. So I wanted to get on early. I'm glad you guys are here. I mean, I didn't think but 2 or 3 people would show up to see y'all. Is more than 10 of y'all here. So I'm pretty excited. All of the starting players in the Super Bowl are all millionaires. That's great for them. But I'm trying to get mine through my job and investing. I'm bullish on live. Like Pascal, I'm gonna leave that there for a minute and let that resonate and say it again. All the starting players in the Super Bowl are all millionaires. That's great for them. But I'm trying to get mine through my job and investing. That's beautiful. And that's why I'm here. That's why I showed up. I was like, I'm not really into the Super Bowl. The people who playing, I don't really care. I still got a job to do to come get y'all the information, and we still gonna rock with it. So Coca Cola, we're not gonna see major moves with Coca Cola. Coca Cola is an old company for dividends, but again, it's the Super Bowl Sunday. People are still drinking Coke, and look at this on a tear, on a roll. Outside of this range that it was in, so I would definitely give it to 80, maybe 85, but we don't get strong moves after earnings. So, it's very subtle, 68 to 70. So you got about a $2. That's why I say if we got 80 or 85 straight, bullish sentiment, what could be a catalyst to bring Coca-Cola down? If consumers are on more of a health kick, they have not been purchasing the rise in prices. I think I've Googled, let's do Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola 4 for 10. If you go back in history and kind of look at images of how prices, we used to have drinks 4 for 10. Now a 12 pack itself is 8.99 or 7.99 for just a 12 pack. But you can see here again 4 for 10. That was the usual 4 for 10, 4 for 10. My wife just bought 6 packs and they were 3 for 11. Again, Target 5 for 10. So those 12 packs have jumped in inflation prices. I mean, that was 250 a 12 pack. Now we're up to 850, 8.99 for a 12 pack. Again, here 3 for 10. These prices are just absurd at where they're at now. Like to go get a 12 pack of soda. So are people, splurging on, luxury or taste, or are they going to alternatives and drinking less or just waiting for sales? So that price increase, inflation with Coca-Cola, that could be a catalyst to bring them down, that people are not purchasing as much. But let's look at the chain on the weekly. Not a lot. A little bit at 77. And these contracts are affordable if you wanted to get your feet wet. I don't see the chain that setup that I would like, so I'm gonna go out on the monthly. Might see a little bit better sentiment and still nothing. So again, a little 50-50 here on Coca-Cola. I'm going to lead more toward bullish. So I'm going to go calls and I will be looking at, 80, 81. We're not going to go far on Coca-Cola because it doesn't have that much move, but I'm looking at 80, 81 for the upside on Coca-Cola. CVS has been back and forth. You guys know I am retired, and again, the faith of the pharmacy and the corner stores or what they entail have been kind of wasting away in the different backgrounds. So I'm interested to see what they plan to do toward the future. I have been seeing that CVS took over Target, and there's no pharmacy there's no pharmacist there. There's somebody working virtually. And again, as that continue to play out, until somebody gets hurt, there's not going to be rules and regulations that say that they need to have a physical body there. CVS was big on those receipts and then having, your extra bucks and getting stuff back. And they cut that out about, like, once we kind of got toward COVID, they weren't doing those buy two get three frees or get your extra bucks back, those kind of incentives that you would see around the holidays. So again, they have been very fairly differently. Let's look at it on a little bit higher time frame. So let's go up on a weekly. And y'all give me y'all feedback as I go through these. Again, we can see a little bit of V recovery. I sold my shares because we broke under that 100. I didn't know how long it would take to get back. I was just like, hey, I'll take it because I didn't want to get them at 42 and they could have broke under here. So I think I got out at about 60s, I think. I could have always bought back up at 44, but yeah, the state of, even with Walgreens is no longer publicly traded. They were what Walgreens Boot, and they're now owned by Sycamore Company. They're privately owned now. We'll see if like Amazon absorbed them because they do have the resources in the retail space, but they're kind of struggling. Buh, 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 buh. I've seen a pattern where the stock do move up the closest they get to the earnings call. They definitely do. We've seen there's definitely a pattern when it comes to these earnings, and you'll get a little pop and drop. People may not, stay in it after the move. But let's go follow the money. Again, we want to see where the money's at, where the money resides. Also, with these hits, I am gonna start coming on camera, and I have a money gun. So when these contracts hit, we're gonna do that follow up, and we're gonna celebrate those wins. So definitely start commenting on the post if you take these plays and you do get those wins on earnings. Share it with the community. Let others know. Post it on the community wall. So again, for here, the weeklies are not standing out for me. The monthly, the 75 put and the 80 to 82, but nothing too much right here. This is a little more 50-50 for me as far as the chart. You might get a little pull down. That was the recent support at 73. So I don't really have a bias here. I don't. The 73 strike isn't doing it. The 75 meets my criteria. So if anything, I could watch 75p on CBS, but that one's not a strong one. It'll be a just watch. I'm definitely not confident in that one. Now Spotify, I'm looking at Spotify because I don't pay for Spotify, but my wife and daughter, that's their music go to. I use my free Pandora and I listen to ads. But y'all can look at this picture and y'all tell me if you've been trading and you're here with me, does this look like we should be getting calls or does this look like puts? What do y'all see? Like this looks pretty distinctive for me here. Um, I think CVS bought an insurance company that would help them out a lot to kind of shift that where people can only get their prescriptions filled through them. As almost all stocks move up, leading to earnings. Bitcoin is up, so that may mean the market may open higher tomorrow. I hope so. Well, I don't really care, but it might be. K Watch, yeah, this looks very bearish. The goal is to catch the run up to earnings if you're bullish. Also, you can wait until IV is lower to the play uh, to play calls after earnings. Definitely so. You don't have to play through. We catch the run up, get out the way, and then continue. But this looks like a little bit of head and shoulders. It might find support here. I have a level there above that 420. But they're doing bad. You see, they have four straight earnings um, 4 8 earnings missed, and then they hit, only popped up for a little while and sold back down. So are people seeing Spotify as a necessity to keep up? Is advertisement and subscription still holding them up? So let's take a look at the chain. And these are going to be fairly expensive. This is not going to be a newbie play. The share prices are it's 413. So these contracts are going to be juiced. So you can see right here in the money, almost $2,000, and a lot of people are not in the business. Even if we go out some more, they're not going to play it. But I'm going to say this is bearish. Bullish if it can hold. Let's say spot bullish over if it can hold 420, bearish if 420 breaks. But yeah, we're not going to trade it. We can just watch and see. But definitely don't touch that one. The chain does not look great. Data Dog's my next one. Data Dog, and then we're gonna go to, I believe, AstraZeneca. Data Dog. The data. Let me just put it in data. Dog. D dog, not D data. Again, what does this one look like? Again, we get the sentiment. Once you go up to those higher time frames, you get a better opportunity to see where this thing is trading, because the lower time frames could be more bullish, and we can actually cut the strat on. But everything here, yeah, bearish, breaking below a support. So yeah, down to 90. So and we got a gap down here that needs to fill. There's a gap right here at 103. So probably 105s and 100 for Datadog to the downside. But again, it's just tech. They could pick up. They could be getting some sentiment in here. So we definitely want to see where the money is sitting, and we follow the money. Yeah, these contracts are used. I definitely went, again, beginners. We don't have to get in here, but we can take a look at it. To the upside on Datadog, we be looking at a paper trade to 115. To the downside, 110 to 105 paper trade, but don't take that one. Chain is just not what we like to see when we're getting into trade. So let's do AstraZeneca, AZN. We're rolling again. I don't want to keep y'all long. Want to make sure y'all hit y'all parties. If you Super Bowl party, you got to get on the grill. Matter of fact, we're gonna grill, but we're not gonna be watching the Super Bowl. We're actually gonna be doing puzzles. We have these kind of like Lego puzzles. They're called Zurus. I mean, they're very quick to put together, and I like them for my wife because she works from home. So check those out. They have some at Five Below. Easy little, family time product. So AstraZeneca looks a bit bullish to me, but is this the right one? AZN? Mm, yeah, but that price point, I'm not even gonna look at the chain, and I'm gonna show you guys again. Yeah, forget AstraZeneca. I'm not looking at that. Not gonna trade it. That's gonna be crazy. So moving on along, we're not looking at race for Ferrari. Yeah, ain't nobody trading that. That's a selective club. So we're gonna get on down to MAR for Marriott. Are people vacationing? How is this doing? Okay, hotel markets looks to be good. They're up 52-week highs. This chain is gonna be announced down here. Marriott International announces board member departure. When people start leaving, that might be a telltale sign. Something's going on inside that might lead to more bearish sentiment, especially if they start selling shares. So we want to see on the call and put side, but these are probably going to be pricey. I do enjoy staying in Marriott. My wife has made me a hotel snob. So it's just a certain standard that I like to keep. But I do enjoy Marriott. I enjoy customer service. You don't have to have the best place, but you do need great customer service. And again, option chain thin. Nobody's taking a look at that. Got push again. Never play through the earnings unless you have time on your side for sure. Definitely get a week out if you're going to play through earnings. Datadog is a good cybersecurity company. Yeah, that's why I wanted to take a look at them. But the changes is not great for us to trade it. Yes, we will look at McDonald's. Again, are people still eating the pink slime? I like peach sludge, or are we being more health conscious? I like Marriott. When I went on vacation, I always go to Marriott. Yeah, gotta go where quality. If I'm gonna pay for a hotel, I want luxury. Want to kind of be pampered. I looked at Unity, and I was gonna skip Unity, but I was looking at Unity. If you're a big gamer, PlayStation and Nintendo, but a big wave coming in the gaming industry where they're not going to let you own games anymore. They're just going to have it in the cloud, and you kind of just rent it to play. I don't want to do that. If I bought the system and the system's $500, you're not going to charge me to rent out a game that I want to play. So that's definitely going to put a dent in people's pockets. So take a look at Unity. They're down right now. But if somebody buys them up for the technology for the software, they could get a boost up. But again, they got that they're down hard. But there's a little bit of support here at 22, and they might want to start recovering. I don't think the chain told me too much. It's you. So that's for my gamers out here. If you want to get into the action of the software side, definitely look at Unity and listen. If you listen to the call, listen to see if they're going to be acquired by someone. We might not see them sell off or anything. Somebody might just acquire them to use the technology. Weeklies don't really look like much. Let's go out on the monthly. A little bit of activity at 28. So if we look at Unity, we'd be looking at 22028 as a possibility. It's not as robust as I would like it to really get into a play. Um, I just skipped all over. Y'all gotta roll me back. I jumped from Marriott over here. Next high one is Hood. So we're gonna be looking at Robinhood. You can see my trades. I do trade on Robinhood. I prefer Weeble. But Robinhood has sold down. They got some support. You see a level of support here at 72, and they bounce back up, but this is from the market selling, and they have a gap here up to like 96. Last earnings looks like they did a drop and then kind of pick back up. So, but this chart um looks to be bearish, and you can see I was already trend. Look at this trend, watching this pattern of us just scaling back up, and now we're making that again another head and shoulders back down. So let's look at calls and puts on Hood. But they like to they like to do these wild announcements. Now they're doing predictive markets and sports betting. But again, I don't think you have to add more features. Make the platform great. Give me a stop loss and a take profit. Give me adequate charting inside of the app. So I'm not really for all the fluff with them. Calls were up on Friday. You can see a lot of volume and open interest in here. Just slight puts on the 80. That delta to theta is almost a 1-to-1, so these are kind of risky. But we're probably looking at, on the downside, 80s. So what was this? This is Hood, 80p. And if we go to the upside, you pretty much anything 83 to 85 on the call side. Don't go too far out. But with the price action, I like earnings, but we're not spending more than like 100 to 150 bucks because they're so risky. So I'll definitely be paper trading this one. A lot of good companies have terrible option chains. For sure, they do. You would be surprised. Option based, yeah, subscription based economy. Microsoft could buy up you. That's what I'm thinking. Like all our brains are right there that they could get bought up. Let's get into Lyft. I did a survey. Most of you guys know I have a survey class in the channel, and I get money for. And I did a survey on autonomous ride share. In competition, would I take like a person, or would I want the autonomous driving car? But again, they have to work with that their gig work. They're not just how they compete with Uber pricing. Are people trying to buy more vehicles? Are people taking more lifts? All of those things come into play, but they're down quite a bit, and this looks very bearish. So again, 16. But I wouldn't get the weekly on this because of the ATR. We probably want to go out a week on Lyft if they're not already on the weeklies. So let's take a look. So we do have weeklies, but I would probably go out to that monthly contract. Yeah, nothing's really standing out, call or put side, but it does look a bit more bearish. So I'd be looking here. See, you get a little bit more activities, 16,000 at the 18. But with the prices, I wouldn't want to go too far out the money. This is a standout. 19.5 has a lot of people. We're going to keep an eye out on Lyft. 19.5 call. Let's see if we got a put side standout. Yeah, that's the one that stands out. Maybe they're going to introduce some new feature or something, but some people are feeling this. This could be strangle straddle, but that's a lot of movement inside of that particular strike. Post a link to the survey. Pascal, go to the wall. So if you come back on the channel, if you come to the channel, oh, I'm gonna have to come back. Act like y'all didn't see that because we're gonna talk about it later. But if you come down to the post, it should be somewhere in here, right here. If you come down to the post, here's the link to those surveys. I believe it's $30. And yeah, high paying surveys. I give you the video replay for the links. Just shoot me an email. I'll send those over after you take advantage of that. But yeah, we got to come back to that top post. We got Ford. I know a lot of you guys like Ford. Ford is trash. Do not take the weeklies on Ford because this thing doesn't move at all. 17 cents. You almost need February 20th in March. I'm very bearish on Ford. Like I haven't been really, fooling with them because they just move so slow. But I'm not gonna take the bias. We're gonna see what the chart tells us. Come on, where's my chain? Or did I click the wrong one? Ford. Yep, I clicked the wrong one. I didn't click the F. So there we go. 13.5 on the puts. You see 13 and 13.5 on the puts. We're kind of stacked at calls and puts on both sides. But I would lean toward this 13 put. I'm not bullish on them. Let's go out a week and see if people are stacked up. Yeah, there you go. Ford 13p for 220. Ford 13p for 220. Look at all of that OI. Again, when you learn how to hunt, you learn how to eat. $20. Everybody got $20 to be able to take that contract. AL Lab. Okay, let's add that one to the list. ALAB. But yeah, I said I wasn't gonna touch Ford, but I like that contract for Ford. So yeah. Let's see. Cloudflare, Upstart. We could take a look, but we're gonna keep it rolling with Shop. And let's see what Shop is looking like. If y'all are still with me, drop some ones in the chat. Let me know. Shop is down, but they're right at support again. So under 112, we are bearish. Above, we're bullish, and they left a gap. So let's go check the chain. Drop those ones. Let me know y'all are still with me, and that I'm not talking to myself. So Shopify, these contracts are going to be juiced. Yeah, see, they're spiked, and there's not a lot of people exchanging this. If we go out on the monthly, I'm gonna say again, I'm 50-50 here. Above 112, you can look at some calls. Below puts, but the contracts are fairly juiced. We can go trade plenty other tickers without having to get into those juice contracts. Next one, we got Humana. All right, Humana below the gap. They may want to come back up and fill that gap, but this thing is down. They're back. Shoot, where's this low at? Look at that level. Let's go up on a weekly. Sheesh. They are back down to. Is this October? Why is this not? All right. I really think this is Trading View giving me an issue. Yeah, it's Trading View. So we're back into 17, February 17. Humana has sold all the way down to below COVID here. So again, probably more bearish. I mean, unless this can hold 195. This 190, we could see 195, but this thing is very bearish. With more lows to go. It's just been selling off. So let's go follow the money and see if we got more puts. These puts might be juiced just because of how it's been selling off. Yep, what I tell you, almost $1,000. Yeah, we're not touching it. We can follow it very much so bearish on Humana, but we're not gonna touch that. Miss Linda, thank you so much. Jazz, Pascal, okay. Net Cloudflare is another good cyber company. So let's go on and take a look at Net. I was going to skip them, but since you say they are good, let's just swing back and look at Net before we keep going. So I know them, but most of you guys won't. But let's take a look at net. Cloudflare looks bearish. Again, all tech is kind of down. Cyber is down, and we're below a support. That 177 was support. 161. I'm sorry, was resistance. Well, it's the support now, and resistance level. This was a previous resistance. We got over it. So I'd be bearish on net. But again, news. We could see the chart being very bearish, and if they're in between a channel, it could pop or drop just depending on what they say as far as guidance. These are juiced. We're not touching them. Yeah, not gonna touch them. So T-Mobile, let's do T-Mus. T-Mus, and then we got McDonald's. We're trucking through, but there were quite a bit of companies on this week. So it looks like they T-Mus found some support. They got a strong gap that they need to fill. I don't see us going back that far. We could see 220, but they only have like a $5 ATR. So we could see maybe 200, 205. Don't get too far out, but let's follow the money. Yeah, these are pretty juiced. So we said 200. Yeah, the volume in the I don't really like it, and it's pretty expensive, so we don't have to touch that one. McDonald's, and then Croc and Coinbase. But again, Croc, like I said, Crocs we probably won't touch. Oh, wrong screen. Uh, McDonald's. What is our chart looking like? Oh, McDonald's on the all-time highs. We could see some profit taking. If it is all-time highs, it's been shooting up. We may see some pullback, but this looks bullish. Probably 330. We can get 330s on the pullback, and probably 325. So we probably see some action right there at the money. Okay, let's get it. All right, like I said, 330. It's very thin. Nothing to see here. I wouldn't take that. Let's go out on the monthly, see if we see some sentiment. Yeah, nah. Probably bullish, but we won't trade it. We won't trade it. I might take a look at Oatly. I'm very much so lactose intolerant, so I do the alternative milks. So let's see how. Um, oh, that's sad. That is truly sad. In the 600s, and this thing has just sold off, and it's $10. This is a little bad. OLTY. Let's go look at the chain. Or the OTLY. Yeah, the spreads on these are horrible because nobody's trading it. So it's a Chaz. What do you mean the spread is horrible? Well, the ask is 130. Your contracts are only as good as what somebody's willing to pay for it. So the last price that somebody paid for was $40 and the bid is 20. Nobody wants to pay 130 for this contract. So yeah, these contracts are not gonna make money like that. So that chain, this was bad. We're just not we wouldn't touch this. Even worse on the higher time frame. So yeah, a lot of companies, again, option chains just might be trash. We're okay with it. Coinbase. Okay. So I just talked about this for any of my people who are really investors with dividends. I hope Coinbase falls some more and then starts to recover so I can get Coney the dividend company a lot better. I think you guys again, I think you guys said on the last call y'all do want to go over some dividends, so I might do a dividend class coming up. But That segues me into the next class we're having. So, sponsor of the show, trade with Dr. Chaz, and we have a new class. I've been showing you guys week over week, and I've been back testing how to make a lot of money in the market and not have to be in the market for a long time. So let me just go and show it because I scrolled past it already. But I'm doing a class in 2 weeks. Make $100 in less than 30 minutes. The trade I took on Friday took me 6 minutes. It was $25 and it went to 135. I'm gonna post this now while you're here, and I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity on live to take advantage of it first. The code YouTube20 gives you $20 off. After the 10 people use it, it's gone. It doesn't expire to February 14th. But once the first 10 people sign up, that code is now dead. And then you get down to the YouTube 10, you can get $10 off. I just wanted to give you guys first notice because I appreciated y'all and I wanted to give y'all a discount. I did give my Discord members, all of them get to get their code. So if you missed the YouTube 20, but you're also a Discord member, go over to Discord and look in the channel and grab your code from over there. But yes, this will be a class. I'm going to teach you the exact ticker, the setup, the time frame, what broker to use it in, and again, most people just need to make a few extra bucks. $100 a day will keep a bill away. Class is $97. It will be 2 p.m. on the 21st. I'll post another one that shows that time. But okay, first ones to sign up, giving you guys a discount. I always like to do stuff and give you guys a little bit of a discount. So sponsor of the show is this class. Again, I'm going to show you guys how to make more money. And if you're a 9 to 5er, this is definitely the class for you. Again, you only need about 30 minutes to look at the market and you can do this play. Most people ask, like, what's the percentage? Like, how often can this work? This setup and strategy is about 80% profitable. Like, you're not going to get this set up every day, but about 80%. So you could say 4 days out of 5 you could get this set up. I think that's pretty reasonable on the setup. So definitely take advantage of that. It is posted live now. So y'all can start utilizing that code before it expires. So moving on, I'll run back over it at the end of the show. But let's look at Crocs. I'm probably bullish on Crocs. I wear Crocs. I like them. They're very comfortable. Their chain is just not robust. But we could take a look at how they are going to perform and how they've been doing thus far. They got a little bit of support here at 73. They're in 88. This is a little 50-50. So again, with Crocs, we definitely want to follow the money and see where the contracts are sitting. Yeah, I don't like the chain. Too thin. Like I said, I like to look at Crocs, but we definitely don't trade it just because it's so thin. Did I look at Coinbase's chain? Again, I want to get Coney. And if I can get Coney for cheaper, I need Coinbase to be cheaper. And we've been following crypto and Bitcoin has been falling. So that may gradually affect how Coinbase is going to do. And these contracts are juiced. You're almost at 900 to $1,000 for these contracts. Again, I'm more bearish, but these contracts are super expensive to be that far out of the money. So I'll probably paper trade puts, but I'm definitely not going to take it. It's going to be a super risk. And you don't have to get these contracts on Monday. If Coinbase is going to report on Thursday after close, you really just need to get the contract Wednesday. Like, you don't have to be right up here on Monday letting all that theta eat at your contract. Get it the day before. We got pins for Pinterest. I don't use Pinterest a lot, but I see other people that do, and it can be a good marketing. But from the chart, that looks rough. I'm bearish on it. Let's look at those puts on pins. Which company? We got y'all are laughing. Which company's trash? What I missed which one. Pascal, let me know which one's trash. Pins. We said puts on pins. So let's take a look. These are pretty affordable. Nothing crazy on the chain. They're right at the 20s on call, so maybe people know a little something, but that's not super outrageous. Look closer to the money. Yeah, nothing crazy. Might be bullish. I'm not gonna touch it. I don't have a bias on pins just from the chart and from the chain. Rivian for giggles, I do like Rivian vehicles. I can see those vehicles from a mile away just by the headlights, and I like them. Um, would I buy one? Yeah, they had to be super cheap for me. It don't have to be comparable to what I would pay for a regular gas vehicle, which I don't think I paid more than like 30K for my Toyota. And that's just like I like a good strong vehicle that's gonna last and then have replacement parts. So Rivian's down from where they started out. Anybody who invests way back here is just kind of stuck hoping these things go up. You can see my lower levels in the green, even though this is very tight because we're not trading right in this range, but you can see my lower levels in green. So 1480 down to 1348 to 1299. Those are the lower levels in between here. So a little bit bearish on Rivian. Again, the price of these EV cars is what kind of don't drive the revenue for them. Nobody's out here going to buy a mini house or a shack that rolls around on wheels that can't afford it. And then the longevity and the repair cost makes it so pricey. But people are saying bullish. Look at this. This thing roll back up. This is looking bullish, and it's not super expensive. But based on ATR, we probably shouldn't go out more than $1 on these contracts. So 15, maybe saying between 15 and 16 if you were bullish. So I'm a little bit. And the chain looks bullish. The chart looks very bearish. So we can say a little bit bullish on Rivian. What else we got? DraftKings with sports betting, and then Dutch Bros. And if you've been around for a while, DraftKings was the first company I ever traded in Robinhood way back when. I have dreams and a few nightmares with because I made a lot of money and then I lost money trading DraftKings because I didn't really understand puts in the beginning. I just started trading and was making a lot of money. And then I had to pull back and start learning. So 26 might be a support, but if this thing sells down, next support level is probably going to be around 22. So let's look at the calls and put side on DraftKings. Sports betting is big amongst everybody, men, women, black, white. Everybody's getting a little piece of the sports betting. This spread is awful. Yeah, we'd have to go down to like the spread is awful. So I don't like the weeklies on here. These spreads are just way off. So let's go. Yeah. Even if I had a bias, the spreads don't really get good until like the 30 strike on the call side and the 22.5 on the put side on the monthly. So if you're thinking about a trade here on DraftKings, put side 22.5, the spreads get a little bit better, and then on the call side, the 30 gets better. But yeah, I don't like the spreads on that. That's a little ugly. Dutch Bros. So we're gonna look at Bros. Was down a bit, but they've been competing with Starbucks, and I see them popping up everywhere. Okay, so they've bounced back up since I had recently looked at them. So let's see if they can hold 55, kind of retain 58. I'd be interested to listen to their call, see how they're doing. So 56, put side 58, call side. These are juice, so we wouldn't touch them. It's too risky for like that much uncertainty there. Moderna, Wendy's, Advanced Auto, and then I'm gonna get to you guys tickers. So let's go ahead with Moderna. Moderna's at 41. Looks like I was already drawing on it. If they get some support here and can hold 40, could see a leg back up, but it did sell down. Yeah, let's find the money. So we'd be looking at 42 to the upside and 40 for the puts. Oh, they got a 40 and a half. Call side volume and open interest isn't quite what we like, but it looks to be swinging more calls. But I don't like it. I don't like it. So let's go to Wendy's. We saw McDonald's and we wouldn't trade it. So let's see how Wendy's is in a range. It's at $8. It doesn't move much. If we were to look at Wendy's, we'd be out like a month or two, kind of like we were looking at Ford. And so far, Ford, which I truly don't like, has been the best contract position that I've seen so far as cost and how much activity is on the chain. So nothing for Wendy's. We're gonna look at AAP for Advanced Auto Parts, and that's gonna wrap it up. AAP. Again, please like and share the channel with others if this is becoming valuable for you guys. So 55s, it needs to hold 54, and it's got to move back to 60. So again, we're going to see the auto part industry start to take a boom because people are not going to want those kill switches on their car, and people are going to want their older vehicles to last longer. The affordability for vehicles have just started to go down so much. But yeah, we're not trading that thing. All right. Only from 600 to almost zero. Trash, straight garbage. With the class on February 21st be recorded? Yes, everybody who signs up will get the class and you will receive the recording. So make sure you use the appropriate email that replay can go to. No one wants overpriced EVs and no infrastructure for sure. There's no longevity inside of there. I thought DraftKings would have taken off. Yeah, but they're paying out. Like DraftKings is great, and these sports bettings are great until they do not screw you. The house always wins. But once the people start finding the loophole and they start to find those contracts, well, not contracts, but those parlays and those plays that are just slept on, they're able to capitalize. And so it might bankrupt them to try to pay out people who do make those big wins. Ford has a liquid option train like KO and BAC, but they don't move fast. Yeah, that's the whole thing. They don't move fast. That's why I got off of them. Most people that are learning to trade with me, they want fast money. So they're not taking a look at those contracts that are going to take some time that they got to marinate. Ford contracts got to marinate. You got to wait for them to kind of grow into fruition. And everybody don't have that much time on their hands. So they like more of them faster moving plays. So you said you had TJ Maxx. So if you had tickers, go ahead and drop them because we're gonna take a look at some of those tickers. I think we got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got about 7 tickers that you guys dropped that you wanted to take a look at. So TJ Maxx is up. Oh yeah. I like TJ Maxx on that V recovery. You got up to 160s. I like it. I like calls on TJ Maxx. So that's a beautiful V recovery. Dollar General, I don't usually trade Dollar General and Dollar Tree because the chain is trash. So I'll show you guys that, but this is in a bit of a range, and we got to get out of that. You can see where those wicks are in that bottom. So it's just bouncing here or get below here. I probably get below the midline of this range to sell down or close above the midline to get up. Why didn't I use the wicks? Because we're not holding those levels, so it's not greatly important. I kind of want more body. We're not even closing outside of that range. So once we can get outside of there, we can look at more bullish or come down on the downside. But usually the chain for Dollar Tree and Dollar General is just not the most fun. So I don't usually take a look at them. Well, I don't usually trade them. Let's look and see, have we had any changes to the chain? See, the contracts are usually affordable. It's just there's not enough OI and volume. Walmart to the moon on Walmart calls leaps. This is consumer defense. So again, once they got over that 100 and we were able to get out this range of bouncing, where's that 100? Got that one. This thing has been off. I think Brandon and his brother Reese have been killing Walmart. So I hope Brandon, if you're still here, I hope you're still in those Walmarts. I hope you've been swinging those through the fences. So yeah, I'm bullish on Walmart. So calls and leaps out of, you can get out of money. You can go 150s or just go out to the new year on these. So if we go out a month, on Walmart for some calls. I guess they're saying I'm doing too much because this data is loading so slow. There we go. Not too many people out here. They might be waiting, but those 140s. Let's go look at some leaps. They haven't opened up a lot of the chain, but there's still some people out here. I'm bullish on Walmart. Dr. Shaz, what gap indicator do you use? Thank you. The gap indicator is just gap. So if you come to my chart, if you go to TradingView, go to indicators and just type in gap. It's just gaps. It's not created by anybody. I also use fair value gaps so I can see the order blocks, but it's just the regular gaps on there. Walmart, GE, post earnings rise. Okay, GE and JP Morgan and then Ross. Okay, we're good. We're rolling. We're rolling here. We got Walmart. Okay, so next one is Ross. They just had big sales. I like Ross because I can get stuff cheap. I mean, I can't stand paying over $20 for a pair of jeans. It's jeans. Like I'm not blind no Black Label, no Valabascas, no. And then you want to put the little label and let it hang down. I'm not paying $120 for jeans. I barely again. I'll go get me some irregular because I feel like I'm irregular because they all fit me really well. I'm gonna go get me some irregular $20. I might splurge for some $25 Levi's, but I like their little off brands. There are a couple of I think it's like Rebel. They have a couple of great brand denim and I'm kind of a snob about denim. I like very soft but doable denim, but they have a lot of great companies in there. And I'm not going to go buy. I'm never buy. I used to always go to Macy's and get my jeans. My mom gave me a credit card. I can go buy my jeans at Macy's. No, I'm always in Ross. Give me the irregulars. I like the irregulars. So Ross doing well. This thing is continuing to push up. I mean, this is where we're going to see the money be made. Like name brand or retail. Like if we go compare Ross uh, is 190 to Macy's, a end cap store. Who's doing better? Ross is at 190, versus Macy's, who's a staple, and they're at $22 a share and struggling. So again, it's not always the sexy and the most name brand thing. Ross is showing outperformance of those kind of anchor stores that are inside the mall. So yeah, I like Ross. We did Coca Cola or did we do Kroger again? Yeah, bullish on Coca Cola. We got Costco. Costco contracts are usually juiced, so that's why I don't usually look at them. But yeah, bullish. We are over. It's about to hit. It's over that 1,000. It holds that. That thing's back on the tear. Yeah, very bullish in Costco. And think about it. I've seen some articles whether they're real or fake. They're thinking about incorporating apartment buildings on top, so that's going to be increased revenue and real estate. So definitely with cost. America Human, thank you for tuning in. So we've gone through quite a bit. I got through in under an hour. I think we went an hour and a half before, but we were speeding through. And again, I want you guys to prepare for your Super Bowl. I'm gonna throw up that promo again. Class will be February 21st. There will be another one, another post up about it. So February 21st at 2 p.m. If you cannot make it, there will be a replay sent out to everybody who signs up. I'm not going to guarantee price won't go up if you don't sign up before. It might go to 120, or I just may not sell it after that. It'll just be because some of this stuff has to be taught in person, so you can ask questions. Most of the time, when people are not live and they just take on, it kind of ruins the quality and gives a disservice to the learning experience. So, but if you follow me on YouTube and you miss this, you're definitely going to understand it on the replay. But again, the first 10 people that sign up, you're going to get that $20 off. If you're inside of Discord, there's a $20 off coupon in there if you missed that coupon. If you're not in Discord, I'd suggest you sign up. We give signals and plays and have live trading over there as well. A lot of great mentors and educators inside of my Discord community. Now, if you're not in Discord, you haven't signed up, you're not in the first 10 to get the YouTube 20 to get $20 off. You do have YouTube 10 for the next 10 people. But again, these coupons will expire on Valentine's Day. So make sure you tap in. This is me going to show the setup of how to make these type of plays. If you only have 10 minutes or 20 minutes to trade, this is the type of trade you want to take. This contract was $25 and it went to 130. And if you look at the time, I don't know why this one just keeps getting cut off. Maybe I have to expand. I got to see how to post on Instagram. But I took this trade at 246 and I was out of the trade at 251. Yes, this is a scalping play. If you're not a scalper, this setup might not be for you. But if you're a 9 to 5er and have time toward the end of the day, this is going to be a great play to get inside or some education to be able to capitalize. Again, $25 for one contract. Had I bought 10, I would have turned $250 into $1,300. That's damn near my mortgage. So it is great. How do you sign up for Discord? Let me drop it inside of the chat and give you. Let me make sure I got the right links up. Shoot. Multiple opportunities. So I like for y'all to see the lifetime and the yearly. But it is monthly 200. But if you sign up now, I believe the code is challenge. You get 80% off the first month with that code challenge. So here's the link. Also, I think my code gets 50% challenge. It doesn't work. Definitely reach out to me for a discount code for your first month. But yeah, you can sign up for the Discord community. That's me, Kendra, Court, Ronan, Donovan, Hannah. We have a robust. We just added Jamisha. So if you follow a lot of the people on Instagram, um, let me go ahead and get them out again. I'm about to share the post in multiple platforms. I've already posted this on most of my other socials. I think except for Facebook. Not sure if I'm gonna get them. I guess I gotta make them a discount code too. But if you follow a couple of, quite a few of the mentors on Facebook and Instagram. Let me get off that screen. I don't know why that's spinning like that. But we have a plethora of analysts inside to help you learn and engage. So, again, if you're looking for a trading community, want people who are truly going to support you, meet us over in Discord. Wealth of knowledge there. And like I said, that class, um, this class is going to be phenomenal. Like I've been back testing this trade setup for months now, and I'll give credit where credit due. I started watching people, and there's a guy named Jeremy. His name is Jeremy Russell. And when I see people do gimmick trades, I try to go debunk what they do. And I'm not going to say theirs doesn't work. I just say mine works better. So Jeremy Russell 15 minute. I just see all these traders pop up. It's like the 15-minute trader, the 10-minute trader, the 5-minute trader. He's the 20-minute trader. And I'm like, what are they doing? And he follows like I think the NASDAQ over. I sat through one of his webinars or whatever. And I was just like, okay, how can I find a way where I could trade for like 5 or 10 minutes? So if you watch my last live, I really said it. I said, hey, I've taken 2 L's on my trade. I'm going to hold my cash until power hour. And then I can make it back up there. So again, placed 2 or 3 trades on live. Those didn't go well. We didn't make our $100 before lunch, but I definitely made it in those 5 minutes. And I'd rather make it in 5 or 6 minutes versus having to look at the market all day. So I appreciate you guys. If y'all got questions, keep dropping them. If you enjoyed this show, drop some sevens in the comments. We got 7 more minutes to 4 o'clock. So again, I wasn't trying to keep you out here long. We're here for a good time, not for a long time. I just want you guys to be educated, have a good prep for the week if you're trading earnings. Thank you so much for your support, Pascal. Thank you so much for coming through. So again, I hope you guys like this. We're gonna keep this series going as long as y'all like it. I know you guys dropped in and said y'all wanted something over mindset and psychology, so those will be coming up as well. I appreciate you guys. I'm already seeing some people taking advantage. So we got probably two, eight more, eight more slots at that 87. So don't wait. Kai Watts, I got your email. I was doing this live and I didn't know how long it was gonna take. So give me a minute. I'm gonna email you back. But yeah, KYS is in my group mentorship and I'm giving them some free one-on-ones to get them caught up on charting. Again, it's really not about the money. Once you sign up to work with me, I really put it my best foot forward to make sure you do well because I understand learning this game can be expensive and some of us has been burned. Um a lot of people come to me and I'm like, have you gotten scammed before? And I'm pretty smart. And I don't usually get taken advantage of, but I know a lot of people in our community have gotten scammed when it comes to learning how to trade options or trade in any market, especially Forex. People get scammed. So I want to keep this thing affordable. I want y'all to see that I'm a real person and that I care about you guys. So definitely, make sure you fill out and get a discernment about the people that you decide to learn from. Make sure they're going to provide the quality of education that you want and go from there. Sometimes you just got to step out on faith, find the community and the people that are going to work well with you and learn. So I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I'm seeing the orders come through. So there may be 7 more of those $20 spots. And if you don't take advantage of that, make sure you get into Discord so you can get that $20 off a coupon. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. The when I say this class is gonna be fire, it's gonna be fire. And probably the first couple of people that sign up, I'm gonna let y'all live trade with me in private so y'all can test it out. Because I know it works because I made it work. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Continue to promote the channel. The goal here again, because I want y'all to know what I'm on, because y'all are part of the community. And communities make things work. Oh, this is one of the learning videos I'm going over. Shahida Hill gave me a lot of game on my content creating. But let's go back to the channel. We're sitting at about, I think, 640 subs. Oh, 42. Somebody else signed up. The goal is to hit 1,000 and then get this up to 4,000. So if you think what I provide is quality, please share me with somebody else. Let's get this channel rocking. I don't have to get, 100,000 subs or 1,000,000 subs and all of these followers. I just want to reach more people. And the more you guys promote me, the more I can get out in front of more people. So I really appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you so much for taking out time to rock with me. And happy trading week. Again, utilize the post wall if you want to communicate with me. My email is scrolling across the screen. But utilize the post wall when you all get those your wins. Comment below. You can always come in here and comment. So make sure you're commenting. Share those wins with other people. Share that education with other people that it can be done based off this guidance. So have a great day, guys.